Hello and welcome to another Your Partnerships Meets, and I have Drew Davies of Southwest Play with me today.
Afternoon.
How are you, sir?
Good, Mark. Thank you.
Or shipmate, I might
yes.
say. Yeah. So amazing story with you, Drew. I know it all comes from both of us background, nautical background, stuff like that and everything. But tell everybody what's happening with Southwest Play. What's that got to do with ships and all? But there is.
So long story short, I used to be a fisherman, left school. Loved being at sea. Grew up with mates, all went to sea. Some are still at sea now. Some are cocks and lifeboats. Some still own fishing boats. And in my late 30s, I thought, time for a change of scenery. So my father was getting ready to retire. He owned a company called Southwest Nets, and they used to import fishing equipment and do a little bit of playground equipment. So I walked in there. I said, let's try something different. Never ever sent an email, sat in front of a computer, had to deal with employees, anything like that. And that was in 2008. And Southwest Play was born.
It's gone a long way since then.
Yes, yeah. Me and my wife started it, and we had one net technician, one chap that was there from my father, and we had one lady in the office, and me and my wife. And that was it. And now, fast forward to today, we have 10 staff, and we have my son and my daughter working for us.
And you've done work pretty much all over the world. But yeah, highlight a little bit what you're doing, how you're doing, all those things.
Our basis is playground equipment, but based on rope and net. So a lot of our work is business to business. So we're supplying people with a bridge or a net or a swing or whatever needs to go into their whole entire playground. Outside of that, we also do a lot of traditional nets. So we'll make a net to go on the bow of a ship. We'll make a net to go on the bow of a ship. Bowsprit net, we've made some of them. We make them for the training ships. We've made some for some training ships in Southampton. We've made some for some ships that have gone to the Antarctic. And we also do theming work. We've worked for Disney on parts of Caribbean films. We've worked as far afield as Cyprus, Thailand, Malta. We worked in France for the Royal Caribbean. So we've stretched ourselves, not quite all four corners of the globe, but we're getting there.
And here locally, people know your work at Eden Project as well.
Yeah. Eden Project, Lost Gardens of Halligan. Yeah, we're at Lost Gardens of Halligan doing some repair work after the Easter break.
Yep.
We did quite a bit of work at the Eden Project back in February, just getting ready for their first half term.
Yep.
Making sure they're all up and good and running for the holidaymakers for the Easter break.
And just to make sure people are understanding, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but all your stuff is bespoke. So you can turn your hand to anything that people would need for, whether it be decorative or useful, or what's the smallest things you do?
We make something as small as a dog lead.
Oh well, that's pretty small. I was gonna say if somebody had a nice background, they wanted a little bridge or
anything. We make stuff for domestic projects. We had a couple of guys who were in Essex last week. Chap wanted a big swing. He wants some hammock nets. He wants some hammocks. So the guys drove to Essex. The couple of days in the back of his house, in his garden. Putting all these bits and pieces up for him. So we're very, very niche, very bespoke. But also on the flip side, we do quite a lot of standard products as well, in terms of your straightforward bridges and your straightforward nets and your swings that we're supplying to 300-400 playground companies throughout the UK.
Cool. Yeah, because I'd imagine that's your main trade, is the playground companies.
That's our bread and butter. That's our day-to-day business.
So one very interesting one that I've heard, but I'd love for you to say on camera as well, is a little bit about the special bridge you had to build for a royal.
So we had to make some bridges and some tunnels for the prince, as he was then, now the king, for Dumfries House up in Scotland. And we were tasked with this. This was from another company that were doing the whole project, and we were asked to make these parts up, and we knew it was for him, his house. And Fast forward a few months, everything been made, been supplied. We've got a couple of pictures of him in the bridges with some children, so that was quite nice.
Yep.
And then he came to Newlyn to open the Solomon Brown Memorial Hall up a few years ago, and he had to walk through our building to get up around the back to get to the Copper Works.
Yeah.
And he stood and had a chat, and he was very complimentary with the work that we'd done.
You definitely have the royal seal of approval then.
Yeah. And I brought out this picture and showed him this picture, and he was like, "Oh, lovely." And I was still doing shorts and t-shirt, and he had a 3-piece suit on, and he said to me, "I see you've dressed for the occasion." I said, "Yes, sir." Of course, he said, "I wish I'd dressed in shorts and t-shirt."
Yeah, and so you're down in Newlyn, which you say a lot of business really appreciate that as well, don't they?
Yeah. We're right on the harbour front. As you sort of drive through Newlyn on the way towards Maysville, there's 2 white buildings. We're the first white building you get to. Stare at the sea all day long, see the fishing boats come and go, and it's being there is a little bit. It's our history, you know. We're steadily outgrowing the building, but we've now rented another building at the back for more storage space because we quite like it where we are. It's quite nice. And it's our history as well. You know, we're linked to the fishing industry through my father. My wife's father was a fish merchant.
Okay.
So a lot of history for us in Newlyn. And it sits well with us as well. It's part of our DNA, I suppose, if you like, you know.
Yeah. And it's better than sitting in an industrial state just staring at another building, isn't it?
Yeah, we can walk out and go to get a nice Jalbert's ice cream, or we can go to Auntie May's, get a nice sandwich or a pasty. Yeah, that's what it's about.
So you're on the 3rd generation now in the business.
Yeah. So my son, who is 28 this year, and my daughter's 25. Yeah, they are now being shoehorned into the business, and we are now hopefully looking for the next generation and starting to bring them on and teach them or help them learn the ways we've learned, all the pitfalls there is possible to learn. And
lovely in business, isn't it? Nobody gives you a little manual just to follow, do they?
Yeah, if only, especially in a bespoke niche business. Well, that would be something else. Yeah, I think that book would be worth £1 million.
Yeah, you're not a typical franchise situation by any means.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
but a lot of that sets us aside from other businesses because having the ability, the turnkey, where we can go, we can do that, and we can do that, and that's where we've learned, that's where we've evolved, that's where we've grown. Yeah, that's why people have come to us to do wonderful, different projects to your day to day, you know, which is good.
It's amazing. Well, I personally really appreciate you getting involved with the network, and I know you've brought and done a few talks already, and I know some interesting people are getting to know you and hopefully start using your products and their products and services as well, because with the property stuff we do and everything, I know that's kind of where it fits for you. So that's really cool. So so if you're watching this and you want to learn more about Drew, all the links will be on here, so make sure you make contact, connecting with him. I know my wife will probably go, I need him over to do X, Y, Z, because I'm an unhandy man. I can't do anything like that. So like I said, we both had a nautical background. I was logistics on carriers, so all I had to do was find the ship. That's I can't even tie a knot. You're a real sailor. I just was on a boat.
Oh, very good.
I made sure it kept going.
So
we all have our place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
But it's like real honor to have you here. And you've not been out to Corker Media before. What do you think of the studio?
Oh, fantastic! Setup's brilliant, especially in Cornwall. You know, it's nothing else like it, and it's been able to come here and have a discussion, have a chat, and feel very relaxed and being invited. Yeah, and the networking events. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed all of them so far.
I'm glad you said relax as far as the studio go. We get people that get so nervous about it, but it's just having a chat. It's no big deal.
Yeah, and I think tomorrow I'm off to Plymouth tomorrow for the Elite Networking event in Plymouth.
I'll see you there for lunch.
So that'll be quite interesting too. Yeah,
excellent.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's one of the round tables of the CEOs and directors. That gets quite interesting.
Quite looking forward to that one.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do us for today. Say thank you to Jay on the decks. Yeah, back there taking care of us and everything. But Drew, really appreciate it. Honestly, really appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for your time, Brooke.
And
thank you for the invite.
That's okay. And we'll catch you again soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See you later.